What's poppin'? Today we're going to be going over a match with one of my favorite decks. This deck is the deck that got me back into quote unquote competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! I remember Ninjetti Ursus won a PPG using a variant of this deck. Um, at like right at the time that I was getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh! And so yeah, I've really been enjoying playing with it ever since. I'm working on a version that's a little bit less bricky. If you, it's Orcust, so it's a little bricky, but it's a lot of fun. I'm sure you read the title already. It's Machina Orcust, Machina Orcust, whatever. Pronounce it how you want. Anyway, if you like the video, hit me up with a like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. If you don't like it, that's okay too. I still hope you have a good day. Anyway, let's hop into the match. This is actually the very last match that I played. So this rating is current 686 for me and 645 for my opponent, Robert. He must be OG if he's just got Robert. Um, yeah, let's hop right in. So we win the rock, paper, scissors. And of course we choose to go first. 40 versus 43. When I saw 43, I thought he was on prank kits because for whatever reason they like playing 43. Opening hand, Hornet Drones, Succession, Gizmek, which has since been cut from this deck because I don't like it that much, Scrap Recycler, Foolish. So this hand is pretty good. We've got a normal summon, 2 extenders, and another free body that banishes all of my good cards. Our opponent opens Alpha, Full, Delta, Chaos Space, and Droplet. So I mean, this would be pretty good, I think, going first, but only one going second card isn't always going to be enough, especially against good decks like Dragon Link. So, yeah, let's go. Start out with the drones. Drones into Kagari. Kagari add drones. And then I figure I just use the Hornet drones here so I could have something to pop later with Scrap Wyvern, assuming I don't get interrupted. Normal summon, send wand, turn 2 into Wyvern, Wyvern effect. We misclick, summon the Recycler, pop the Recycler, Wyvern effect. You guys know the drill. Summon out Golem and pop the token. Activate Scrap, Scrap effect. Bring back the Recycler, Recycler effect to send. And from here, turn those 2 into Lib because I'm an idiot and didn't realize that I already had this in hand. And no, I don't play 2. So we try to activate the effect, but we can't. So we just throw the card down anyway. Bring back Golem, bring back Recycler. This deck, getting sidetracked for a quick moment, the cool thing about this deck is like the ceiling is so high if you're not interrupted. Like you can set up a bunch of wild negates and interruptions, but it can fall to hand traps. So that is the downside of playing rogue decks. But anyway, Recycler again. That's our 3rd time resolving this effect. We go ahead and send Citadel. Really, truthfully, I should have sent Citadel first instead of the wand, because that the Citadel could have triggered off of the Scrap Recycler, or excuse me, off of the Scrap Wyvern effect. And then we would have had an extra body on board just for more link plays. I could have, with this extra body on board, gone and kept my Lib on board for later so that I could use its return effect as an interruption. But I didn't, so what are you going to do? Anyway, I'm a little rusty with this deck, but I'll be playing it more going forward. So we go Nightmare, send Skelly, and Wand, bring back Nightmare. Turn those 2 into Galatea. Galatea effect. Bring back Wand. Set the Crescendo. I've been liking going for Crescendo more than Babel lately. Like the non-targeting send is nice, and you get more advantage by being able to use your Orcust cards on your opponent's turn. But if you're just looking for the overall strongest board, I think that has to involve Crescendo. So we activate Foolish. I just used that here to send the wand since I'm only playing one and because I'm planning on activating Gizmek here. So that was like the one card in the deck that I didn't want banished. So yeah, we summon out Gizmek, turn those two into IP. And so we end with IP, Galatea plus Crescendo, and Appaloosa, which is not too bad. Our opponent top decks Vendread Battlelord, and truthfully, I don't really know what these cards do, other than this one just basically says, like, I can't play my turn. I can't play any cards. So can be a good card, I guess, but I haven't really seen this variant of Drytron or Drytron in general do much since the ban list. So he goes Chaos Space, and we go ahead and let that go through. We go Delta, drop the Benton, and then we just negate everything, basically. We just Appaloosa. He knows that if he tries to droplet, I'll just Crescendo it, and so he scoops. So our opponent goes first, game 2. Okay, game 2. I ran into a visual bug on DB where it just stopped showing what cards were being played, so that's why there's the cut there. Anyway, we open up Ash, Dark Ruler, Rosenix, not a good draw, Nightmare, not a good draw, and Girsu, pretty good draw. So we have a normal summon, but we don't have any extenders, and we have 2 cards that we really want to be in the grave in our hand. Not ideal. Our opponent opens Delta, Manju, Revendread, Evolution, Called By, and Droplet. So my one hand trap is null and void. So we're gonna get the business. Anyway, Manju add Battlelord, Delta. In fact, we try to Ash it, gets hit with Called By. Delta, reveal, draw Nova. That's pretty cool. Activate, send, special effect. So he calls monster, so I can't use any monster effects for the rest of the turn, which pretty good. Usually, I know it doesn't really affect this hand, but Linkuriboh, Relinquish, and then he goes for Curious, which I thought was super sick. It's such a cool tech. Like, I was really geeking out about it. Anyway, so he sends Mills, and then Mills double Chaos Space and Zeta, which kind of sucks because he used the effect to send the Zeta, but still, like, that feels really strong. Adds the Chaos Valkyria summon, just doing all kinds of crazy stuff, Drytron stuff, right? Yeah, he ended up searching Lancia, so that's gonna be trouble. Chaos Space, draw. He like so quickly went from having like 3 cards to having freaking 8. It's like, holy cow. And so yeah, he passes with a Droplet, Dweller, Lancia, IP for an interruption. We're not looking good here. We're not looking good. So he activates the Dweller, we Dark Ruler, summon Girsu, flips the Droplet, and we're basically just toast. If I had an extender, I would have done my best to just kind of go into Zeus and Zeus go burr, but that just was not going to happen here. There was no way that we could get another monster on board to turn this into Gal into Ding, Ding poke Zeus, and kick it. But it is what it is. So we end up going first in game 3, the all-important game 3, as some might say. We open Megaform, Instant Fusion, Redeployment, Droll, and Ash. So a starter, an extender, plus some protection, and 2 hand traps. It's not too bad. Our opponent opens Dark Ruler, Fool, Draconids, Chaos Valkyria, and Cyber Emergency. So again, no hand traps. The only going second card is Dark Ruler, but Dark Ruler means absolutely nothing to a Crescendo. So yeah, getting started. We activate Instant Fusion just to protect us from Ash and such. We go Redeployment, and I go Redeployment and discard Ash Blossom, which in retrospect is just completely stupid. I should have just discarded the Megaform, but, you know, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. Yeah, and then we pick up Citadel and Irradiator. But this would have been like 100,000 times better if I had an Ash in hand and a Megaform in grave, but whatever. Anyway, we activate Irradiator. Now we pitch the Megaform. Irradiator effect, bring back the Megaform. Megaform effect, bring out the Metal Cruncher. Metal Cruncher adds the Recycler. Normal summon Recycler. Recycler effect. Send Rosenix, and I just did this so that since we're already somewhat insulated from hand traps with the restrict, I was getting a little bit greedy, and I wanted to have another card to pop with the Wyvern instead of having it like pop itself or pop our hand trap protection. So yeah, we go Wyvern, we go Rose, Wyvern effect, special recycler, pop recycler, Wyvern effect, summon Golem, pop the token, Golem, bring out recycler, recycler, excuse me, sends wand. We turn those into lib effect, set the succession, activate the succession, bring back Golem, and we're just going full combo. We're just going completely in. Again, it's annoying that I did this stupid misplay because this would have been another body on board, or I could have just kept it, even if I didn't use it for linking. Just having a Regeki on my opponent's turn is pretty strong. The more I look at it in my hand, the more frustrated with myself I get. Anyway, Recycler sends Nightmare. We go into Appaloosa, and it was the same thing. We also could have just used this to go into Appaloosa and kept Lib on board for an extra interruption with like IP next turn, but again, that's the last time I mention it, I promise. Nightmare, send Scaly, and this is just bread and butter Orcust stuff. We go into Galatea, activate Galatea, set the Crescendo. I'm really liking the Crescendo lately. Wand, bring back Nightmare, go into Ding, Ding attach, go into Galatea. And I like Ding just for random stuff, like people sighting in lightning storms or whatever destruction going second. It's nice to just have something to protect, really. And we pass turn. So basically this is Droll, Crescendo, and Appaloosa. So against this deck, 3 very strong interruptions. So our opponent starts with Dark Ruler. We Crescendo that, of course. Although I probably could have gotten away with holding it and just losing my Appaloosa negates, but I'm happy with it. He goes Cyber Emergency, add Delta, and we drop Droll. And he tells me that's rude, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Delta effect, Appaloosa, Nova. He links this into Anima. Anima effect, negate. Bring out Chaos Valkyria, Delta, negate, and my opponent scoops. Yeah, at this point there was just nothing really he could do. Like, all of his resources were burned, and we just had enough. And next turn, you know, we've got all of our Orcust follow-ups, and our draw, of course. And yeah, we were just gonna outcard him if he attempted to stay in the game. Really, the Droll was huge. The Droll, I think, was really big in this. But yeah, so now we're at a nice even 700, which is not too bad. And yeah, like I said, I'm really enjoying this deck. It's so much fun, and it's, even though it hasn't been that long since I first played it, it's a bit nostalgic for me. yeah, look forward to the deck profile coming soon TM. And thank you all for watching. If you like the video, like and comment and subscribe. If you don't, again, it's fine. Don't feel bad. It's fine. I still want you to have a good day. That's all I got. Peace.